All right, Kevin Lindsay here alongside Travis Tressler. Purple finals of the Florida Open. Nate Webb, ForBeerMinimum here, getting ready to tee off on Elkhorn Ridge, 2016 course that has been reteed for season 12. Let's see what he can do here.
And he's taking on Kyle Heasley, who's 6-0, king of the hill.
Which means if Kyle wins this first match, Kyle will become the Purple Bracket champion and also win a World Championship pass for the 2027 Golden Tee World Championship.
And this is Nate's second Purple Bracket final in a row. So he lost in Texas to Jason Chavio and hoping to redeem himself in Florida.
Yeah, this time with the Florida being the first 2026 event, it means that all the World Championship passes won this year will automatically go towards the 2027 event. So the nice thing about Elkhorn Ridge, hole 1 reteed, it is very much drivable. Kyle Heasley making a, I believe, 86-foot putt there for eagle, putting a little pressure on Nate, who I'm not sure how far away he ended up, but it's got to be closer than 86 feet.
Yeah, they were both pretty far away. I've seen you can get here with a 7-driver roll pretty well. I was very surprised.
You can see it on Nate's face. He pushed it to the left. Kyle Heasley, I would say one of those players that probably shouldn't be in the Purple Bracket as much as he is. I will speak from experience because I've played Kyle in both goals and in the Purple Bracket. Especially with how stacked these fields are, it's easier than it looks to make a mistake or two in the qualifier that costs you. But for Kyle, he can set himself up nicely with a win here and not have to worry about qualifying into next year's World Championship.
Yeah, Kyle, he how was it, 38, qualified 38, so just 6 positions out
and
making the main.
As somebody who qualified 33rd in Dallas, I can tell you it's usually not by a lot of strokes or great shot points that you miss the cut like that.
I'm trying to see where Nate Webb qualified.
Now, for Kyle, since he ended up with eagle on hole 1, he is going to tee off. You can see, obviously, a big group in the background there. I apologize. Kyle's already teed off. He was kind of looking at the group forming behind them to watch this finale as Nate gets ready to tee off here. He's going to need a good shot because Kyle was pretty close to the cup on that one.
And coming with a full or just a baby cut? Can't tell by his hand. Oh,
looks like it's a baby cut. Oh, that came in really hot. So he is going to have a bit of a chip here.
Did he have high tee on that?
I am not sure.
I assume, though. I mean, that came in extremely quick. Kyle trying to calm him down.
You know, when you get so late on a Sunday night here, Saturday is a long day of qualifying, but Sunday, especially for these guys in the Purple Bracket finale, it is a long wait. You got 64 players that are in 62, I guess you have to run through the bracket. Nate makes a wonderful chip there to stay only down 1 stroke. But these are long days, they're long weekends, very fun, very well worth it. But for these guys here, this is it is a lot more than just winning 6 matches like Kyle has, or battling through the losers bracket like Nate has.
Yeah, I feel Purple is a much harder bracket to run through. I mean, you're playing for 11 hours a day sometimes or more.
Trying to get more than 1 stroke lead there, although unlike qualifying, GSPs are not going to matter here. Nate's in an interesting position as a headphone player. I probably say out of 15 years playing Golden Tee tournaments, half the time I've spent not listening to headphones, the other half I have. And it's kind of hard when you're playing in a grand finale like this with somebody who's not playing headphones because you want to have that camaraderie and, hey, good shot and things like that. But also sometimes for somebody like, Nate, he wants that focus. He just wants that kind of put himself in a silo and ignore everything else that is going on. But it's hard, especially playing on a Sunday. Music's playing, people are, getting rowdy and hanging out, having drinks before they got to catch their early morning flights. And you're trying to play Golden Tee in the background of it all.
Yeah, I don't blame him for wearing the headphones. If I wasn't wearing headphones, I'd care more about the conversation with my partner that I'm playing with than paying attention to the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a balance you got to try and find. So not a ton of difference here on the first par 5 of this reteed course. A little bit easier to get to, the layup spot, as I'll call it. Previous versions of Elkhorn, you had to do kind of a C3 around the rocks to get here, and you'd have to worry about if your ball was going to roll down too far to rough. Nate using that 4-wood here, going to put a little roll on it. Now, a little worried about this
Might
shot.
go a little too much, yeah.
So he should be okay there, but for something like that, I would prefer a 10.5-degree driver with bite, because with the woods, you hit roll on that, you really lose control almost more than any other club. Now Kyle, almost jars it there with a 10.5.
Yeah, putting nothing on it. I like that. Not gonna roll too far up, but he looks like he's same position as Nate.
Now this is interesting. Yeah, because again, easy chip for him. But those are one of the situations where you could probably putt it, especially for Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, he is going to do that.
Downhill 3.
Yeah, for Nate, once you're messing with the left or a right slope change and you're even in the tiniest bit of rough, you have to decide, is the potential missed chip worth the missed putt? But both these guys walking away unscathed on hole 4.
A little thumb forward backspin. Bring it. Oh, I probably wasn't expecting to bring it back that much.
No, and that's tough. I don't use the 4-wood at all. But I know why a lot of guys do. And it's probably why Nate's looking at a 6-wood with bite here, maybe. You do have a little bit of a hill, and I think that's where Kyle might have backspun onto. But especially with that pin placement, it's really hard to judge it. And he hit it 143, but that elevation change is really going to kick the bite back. And another chip for Nate Webb.
Just a 1-click back. He pulled. Look at he pulled all.
He did
all the way to the right.
And that is you run the risk with some of these guys doing the click chipping. You've got to be very precise with it.
And his might have been one of the fastest click chips I've seen. He didn't take any time.
Yeah, that was surprising. All right, so Kyle making his eagle putt from the fringe there. And so Nate, unfortunately, had to be down 2, only going into the 6th hole.
I'm assuming you see a little click chip here as well. Oh, no, more of a...
Yeah, hole 6 is one of these fun re-tee par 3s where you have a good opportunity to do something like Kyle's doing, a 5 hybrid or even a 6-wood chush shot, as some of these guys like to hit.
Oh, good go.
Distance-wise, perfect. We saw a lot of people do that on Saturday in the qualifier on Desert Valley hole 6 because it was such a short tee shot.
Oh, did he do a low tee on? Oh, yeah,
he has a chipping wedge.
Okay.
Probably specifically for that hole.
I mean, Taylor makes it look easy with that club, so I'm not surprised to see more players with it.
He really does. And Elkhorn is one of those courses that the original tee boxes could set up tough, specifically 17 and 18. But now with the reteeds, even though they've been out for a few weeks now, it's much different than when these courses and these tee boxes have been out for 3-4 months and you think you've seen every setup. That may not be the case with these guys here. But very thankful for the tee box here on 7 because if you see where Nate's cursor was to the right, you could lay up there, but almost zero reason to do so now because you want to take full advantage of that full green to try to get your eagle putt.
Yeah, Nate better think about it before he starts rolling over like he has the past couple.
Well, and I notice he only has the 10.5 and the 8.5. And so with that 8.5 degree driver being so low,
It's gonna shoot.
Yeah, it's going to make it a little tricky on some of these slightly elevated greens where the rough is not going to be your friend.
Yeah, I like going with nothing better. Yep, there it is. Good shot.
And I'll be honest, I know it
Get your putt.
seems like it's going to work out there for Nate, but I am one of those people that has just using bite has just kind of become like second nature when I'm hitting a shot. It's much different than when we only had backspin and roll as options because it's kind of become like a saving grace.
Yeah, I pretty much taken backspin out of my gameplay altogether. Very rarely will I even click it. Yeah. I'll both get their putts and move on. Still.
Now for Nate, we just kind of has to take a little bit of a breath because it's still very early on the match. And with the utmost respect to Kyle, he's definitely one of those players. And we've had these conversations before where, you know, if he makes a mistake, it might kind of throw him off, especially when you're talking about 11, 12 o'clock on a Sunday of a long tournament weekend. So Nate, even though he's down 2, he's just got to try to remain as calm as he can.
Not a lot of swing holes left either.
No, that is the interesting part too.
Play simple. Let Nate make his mistakes and keep going, and you can.
Yeah, because once you get to hole 13 or 14, you really, for Nate, he's going to have to start chasing. But again, there are some longer greens on this course, and, you know, nothing is guaranteed at this point for these guys.
Oh, cut it a little.
Oh, okay. Well,
looked like he cut it way too much.
Yeah, but you know what? Whatever.
All worked out perfect. I do the same as him. I always give the Golden Tee Machine the thumbs up. Some other players use different fingers. I like to do thumbs up and thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
They can see my disappointment and my happiness. It's a big elevation change.
Yeah, you can see those old square tee boxes. There's already an elevation change on this hole, and now with these round tee boxes for season 12, a lot more damage you can do to yourself on this one. It was an excellent shot, though.
Played that 9-wood excellent there. That was beautiful. And something like this, you got to think Nate is looking to hole out at some point.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, this setup for the par 3 is not a great, you know, not a gimme, but it's not easy. I'm wondering if at this point Nate has just turned the volume up as much as he can on those headphones just to not only drown out the noise of everything going on at Tournament Sunday, but also drown out the noise that is probably in his head of just questioning shots he's made and other things like that.
Well, he hasn't taken them off yet, so we know he's still in the setting I can win this.
I do love this hole 10 par 5 that has now become drivable with certain tee boxes. Good shot there by Kyle. A little extra distance, but his chipping's been so far so good.
Should be a simple chip for him. Assuming Nate's got to follow that, unless he knows something else up his sleeve. I don't see an 8.5 being a better shot, though. 10.5 looked pretty accurate.
Yeah, the problem with that 8.5 is even if you hit that high, you really gotta get it out around those trees. So I think looks like he's gonna use 10.5, probably a smart call. And it's tough to find the distance balance because part of you wants to just hit this, and the other half you gotta use that green to your advantage.
The release is gonna take him off, yeah.
And that's like one of those situations where bite could have really made a difference there to keep him on the green. And even though he's barely on the rough there, this Elkhorn is one of these courses where you will feel it if you try to get too cute. So he's going to do a 9-iron punch.
Interesting.
Oh, and he missed it.
It pulled back all the way to the right again. I wonder what I mean, it's not like he's pulling back just a little bit. It's a significant amount. I wonder if he's saying he's catching on something there.
Yeah, and again, when you're playing on 25 to 30 different machines potentially throughout a weekend, Every trackball is going to have its intricacies, or, was the guy playing on this machine before sweating, profusely and not wiping the trackball, or, certain areas of the room are hotter than others because even though it was like 20 degrees that day, it was Florida. And it was warm at some point in the weekend.
I mean, if any machines, those would be the hottest machines because they're farthest away from the door.
Right, and right there by the lights. So now Kyle Heasley up 3 strokes on Elkhorn Ridge going into hole 11. This is a shot I learned because I don't use a 7-degree driver, but
Or is he going to ramp it?
yeah, ramping it up.
Oh,
but it looked like, I wonder if he should have went low on that.
Yeah, I was wondering
tough
how
because-
because it like double bounced there.
Yeah, I know if Eddie G was here at this moment, he would be showing everybody exactly how to do it. Now, I don't think the 8.5-degree driver will do that, but
He's just
again, you want to just
there.
get it out there.
Oh, there I
So
am.
he's going for
Nice. Go for a chip here.
open area there. Andy Haas, world champ, 2X world champ, and also the Florida Open champion. Saying bye to Kyle, I think, as he's getting ready to head out for the evening. Long, long day for that man as well. Chipper wedge. Interesting use of the chipper wedge. Flopping the chipper wedge.
Yeah, he's put in some different chips today. The one with the punch, using the chipping wedge when wasn't ready for that.
No.
Oh, did he? Oh, he flopped it. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of those courses that I didn't think about the flop shot being a benefit until you see something like that and you're like, you know what? Flop is a good option.
It's definitely saving a lot of players when they're getting close to the wall or something like that, or roll off the green on that little patch of sand and you have a tall wall there. You can just use that flop and get it right back up instead of doing like a C3 or A3.
Oh yeah, the saving grace of sand traps and rock walls. So for Kyle, a nice short par 3. Perfect line if he would have just hit that a little harder.
93. Yeah, definitely not enough for him.
For Nate, he's going to want to really run this one. This is a good example of a hole that it's pretty safe to run it at because you're running out of strokes or running out of holes to catch up on strokes, unfortunately. Fortunately for Nate, you can kind of see it in his face, is not his best go, especially working so hard to get into the grand finals of a tournament like this. With this setup, normally you would lay up to the top right there, but he can just
do a full and get.
I don't even know if I think he just do a big A1 and just get it out there and take all the rough and rocks out of the equation.
I'm wondering when the A1 would get over the right rocks there.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't just go straight at it just to give himself an even shorter shot. Or the other thing too is the
other way
C3 around it, which might be what Nate is looking to do here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But if that wind was blowing to the left, I would say easily done, especially for him trying to get a stroke back. The downside is that snow right there. The moment your ball touches it, it's gonna stick. So if he's gonna do this, he's gonna try to bounce it off of that rock wall, above where the cursor is, and hope that it bounces towards the green. But I haven't hit this shot myself yet, so we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be chipping out of that snow either.
No.
Oh, down to the 10.5. It's still gonna go for it. Nope.
All right, so that's kind of what we thought was going to happen. It's still going to leave him with I wouldn't say a chip opportunity, but a short shot opportunity.
If he's going for distance, I'm surprised he didn't do the 8.5 then.
Well, probably because the 8.5 would have put, even high teed would have put him at a better angle to land in the snow. If I had to guess. Paige Gossett from Power Events in the background there. The long weekend for her and Steve Sobel and Russell Ayton. We appreciate them as always. Going to be bury anything crazy. Pretty easy eagle there for Kyle. for Nate. Again, you're in the snow, so you're going to lose a bit of distance, but still has a chance to do something here. Oh, roll there might have been a solid chance, but Kyle is going to walk away past another hole up 3 strokes as we get ready to tee off on hole 14.
Yeah, this is not the course to try to be coming back on, because very simple golf. He's gonna have to look for some tough hole outs from far away.
Yeah, I mean,
even this one right here, that pin is not sitting pretty.
with that 15-mile-an-hour wind, now I know he can't afford to lose strokes, but man, this would be a good opportunity to just turn that sucker to the left a few times and see if you can do an Eddie G low tee driver skip off of the water on the green.
Somehow hit that bridge and roll through.
I mean, with a 15-mile-an-hour wind, it might be possible.
Yeah, that with Cosmos.
As a big 5 hybrid fan, I love the shot that Kyle set himself up for. Okay. Definitely have done that before, so I feel his pain. I think he should be okay there. And
yeah, it looked like it didn't go back.
And here's the thing. Even if Kyle misses that chip, if he can't putt that, if Nate birdies this, it kind of puts a little bit of pressure on Nate, because Nate is still down 3 and he's going to be on the, have honors on the tee box. So it'll be interesting to see how the next couple of seconds play out here. Great run at it. All right, so he is technically on the fringe, but okay, wow. He is, he almost missed that one. I thought that was not in putting distance, but you know what? That's okay.
Like you said, it was kind of a win-win. He makes it, he stays up, he misses it. Pressure goes down to Nate even more.
Yeah. Well, and with 4 holes left here, it's kind of now or never for Nate. 15's a drivable, 16's a par 5, 17's a tough par 3, 18 is typically a routine par 4, but again, that snow and elevation change still leaves room for a mistake. Richard King doing his best to stay out of the way. That's all right. We appreciate him. Another chip for Kyle, but he's been on point so far in this match, so I don't think you're going to get a lot of pressure shown on his face or the way he's chipping. The other downside for Nate is that this green, there's that big hill that the fairway rolls in, like from the fairway, kind of where his mini map is pointed. And that bounce can really take you any direction. So this isn't your straightforward, all right, let me just run up this green and hope for a potential hole out. You've got to be pretty precise with it. 8.5 degree driver. He's got it on the green, but he's going to have a little bit of a putt on him. All right.
Beautiful putt is putting down.
Maybe I just haven't watched him putt enough to realize that up until now that he does not pull back for most of his putts.
Mm-hmm.
Mundane chip there for Mr. Kyle Heasley. 3 holes away from earning a world championship pass to the 2027 Golden Tee World Championship. If anything, with these re-teed season 12 tees, just makes it easier to get it out there, not having to even consider the layup spot on the left or landing it up on the mountain.
Well, it looked like Kyle wasn't expecting it to go that far.
No, not at all, but I think he should be okay there. What doesn't help is that 15-mile-an-hour wind that's going to end up in your face. Let's see, what is that? 306 to the pin.
Yeah, if Nate's going to do it, he better be looking for a hole out right here. Thumb with release there. Or is he going to try to Bring in a full, go up the hill. It was a left 8. Oh, yep. Bring in the full.
I don't even know if he's hitting the full. I think he's just going to hit a A1, A2 here.
Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah.
I don't.
I guess they only clicked one over. It's still the windows.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. It's a tough. I mean, you don't have a lot of green to work with, but I would have almost rather clubbed up and ended up with a long putt there, similar to what Kyle has, especially with the way that green heads out.
Wow.
Oh, we missed it. Okay.
Top, even he's surprised. Yeah, it seems like Nate's playing too quick for this stage of a chance to win a World's Pass.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to click chip with the pitching wedge.
Much like that, huh?
All right, beautiful chip. That's a good way to get a stroke back.
I wonder if he played this quick in Texas in the Purple Bracket Finals.
But as we mentioned before, now he's in this interesting situation where he has honors on 2 of the harder holes, or at least one of the harder holes. And actually, go figure.
It's a great look.
This is both a blessing and a curse for Nate, because he's happy that he has a chance to make a run at it. He's also probably a little upset that it's not something harder that Kyle could potentially make a mistake on.
And at this point, too, Kyle can just follow if he does hit a hole-in-one.
Exactly. You find that it's a tough balance to find between using release and roll. If he had roll, it would have went in, but he also had a 10 times greater chance it was going to go right, bounce into the water. For Kyle, just throwing it out there. It's very similarly with bite. Take your long putt. The green and the cup are a little bit better at forgiving than when this course first came out many years ago. Little thumb action. Another great line right at it.
That's all Kyle really needs. Get it on the green, get his birdie, and move on to 18.
Be interesting to see what kind of setup shows up here for hole 18 for these guys. Nate Webb teeing off down to not the look he was hoping for.
Yeah, that
3. It only says 304, but you're kind of buried in those
wind.
trees with 16 in your face. It's kind of like the give and take of Cosmos, especially on a setup like this. You're going to get more distance, but you're going to end up
fighting wind.
Exactly. So high 3 wood with release. I do like this. And this is the type of hole that it does not look hard, but all it takes is one great shot for Nate and one mistake, potentially by Kyle. And that could be the ball game. Unfortunately, both of us have been in a position where we were in the lead going into 18. And I'm sure just as many times as I've done it, you make a mistake, and guess what? You now lost the match in hole 18.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Nate, he just got a really bad bounce there. I thought it was going to kick to the left and have a chance of rolling right towards the
Just caught that fringe, that looked like.
And for those of you watching that have played this course, usually a massive elevation change, both going up and then right back down. But now on an even playing field, and Kyle Heasley, high 3 was no spin, which I think was a little scary for me.
I think he took it off because he saw Nate's release kind of shoot up.
Yeah.
And
Even bite would have felt more comfortable there. But again, he has a couple strokes, so it's not like he has to make that putt. He could, even if Nate makes this, he could lag his putt and he'll still be okay.
Finish strong.
Finish strong.
Not strong enough.
Yeah, unfortunately. So unless Kyle misses his putt twice and we go into extras and he makes it, is Kyle Heasley, purple bracket champion of the 2026 Ford Open, meaning he is our first official entrant into the 2027 Golden Tee World Championship next year. And hard to believe we're not even at the 2026 mark for a World Championship yet, but thanks to Power Events, Sideline Sports Grill, everybody who helped out at this tournament, and congrats to Kyle and to Nate. It's a tough loss, but he still played well and Travis, you and I have tried to battle back from the loser side of a bracket before, and it's not fun, and nor is it easy.
It's a long, long day, no matter what bracket you're in.
All right. Well, friends, thanks for joining us here on Golden Tee social media. We'll see you guys next time. March 12th through the 15th, Sussex, Wisconsin for the Wisconsin Open. PEGTtour.com, GoldenTee.com. For Travis Tressler, I'm Kevin Lindsay. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.